What's going on today, folks? Hope you're all doing fantastic. So today's going to be a little bit different because all I want to do is explain why I think that you should read Out of the Silent Planet by C.S. Lewis. I normally spoil the books and I try to go through the plot and explain what I liked about it, what I didn't like, just various aspects of my experience going through. But this time I just wanted to give a reasoning as to, one, why I love this book, and two, why I think that you should read it. Firstly, Out of the Silent Planet is an awesome title. I think it's always great when a book has a very cool title and then you start reading it and you're like, okay, well, it's the content is also great. So I know that that's shallow, but that's the first thing that I think is awesome is the title. Silent Planet is also one of the bands that I really like. And their music is pretty deep and kind of philosophical, which I think goes alongside C.S. Lewis's writing. So I kind of wonder if they derived the name from this book. Another is that I read C.S. Lewis when I was younger. I read the Chronicles of Narnia, but I was so young that I didn't really digest anything about it. You know, I think most people understand that he's an overtly Christian writer, and his stories are a little bit more direct on that front. I am as well. So naturally, I wanted to give him a chance, and I'll read Chronicles of Narnia again because I would like to digest it a little bit more from that Christian lens that I have, which I read everything with. So that's one of the big driving factors as to why I did want to read this book. And as I started reading through, I began to get the feeling that it's a lot deeper than I was understanding it to be on the first read through. And I'll probably need to go back through again. Like, it does require a much deeper review, I think. He throws allegory in here pretty early on. And I think that if you just read through like a story, it is good, but the true gem of it comes out whenever you start relating it through that lens. He did write this, I think, in the 1940s or so. So some of the words that he uses and descriptors are a little bit, I would say outdated, but more like I don't really understand them. They're probably not in use as much anymore. I wonder if others think the same, but they are kind of confusing. It does require me to look up a few of the words that he uses to say, what does this even mean? I don't like to skim over things and not understand them. So I did have to look up a few things, honestly. I also liked its simplicity. It does not try to do too much, and it does not try to overly describe everything for you and spoon feed you the next scene. It does leave a lot up to the imagination. I think sometimes writers will literally give you a day-to-day, minute-by-minute, play-by-play of what is happening. And he does not do that totally in this book. It does kind of cover a more expansive amount of time. Not like expansive as in a huge amount of time, but you're not getting every single detail of every single day of the characters and their experiences. This book is such a great palate cleanser to your modern-day science fiction and fantasy, because there are aspects and portions of just what I would call beautiful writing. I don't throw that around loosely, but where you get a sense of an ethereal feeling when you're reading it, and that you feel that it is touching you on a deeper level than something else might not, right? And I think it is, like I said, from the 1940s, so it's structured in a different format than today's modern, sci-fi and fantasy, but there's an air of mystery around it that is alluring. It is science fiction, but it's early, very early science fiction. So it's beautiful in its simplicity. It is not trying to do too much. And I think that without spoiling anything, that's the best way I can put it. It's simple. But there are just aspects to, the meaning of life, mercy, understanding, and relating to others that may not be like yourself. The next book is called Paralandra, which I will also do and go through, and maybe I'll go into a little bit more of what this book was actually about in that video, just to kind of lead into it. But this is a good book as a standalone. You don't need to read the trilogy. It's a beautiful story by itself. If I was to try to explain what some of the plot is about without spoiling it, I would do it using these Bible verses, which I think it plays off of. So you can try to glean what you want off of that, but I think that you should give it a chance. I think everybody should give it a chance. And If you have already read it, please let me know what your thoughts are. I would love to hear about them and maybe talk about the book. But I appreciate you for watching. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and God bless.